Hello friends, and welcome to my 4th annual Cheesy Christmas Rom-Com rankings. These are my least popular videos on YouTube, and I don't give a shit. Shout out to the 3 people who requested this video this year. These 6 cheesy Christmas rom-coms that I'm ranking this year are all from Netflix because I don't have cable. Let's get these rankings started. The worst Christmas rom-com that I witnessed this year is a movie called Holly Star. It's about a girl named Sloane who loses her big city job and has to return to her hometown for Christmas. Naturally, there's a hometown hunk who is her childhood best friend who sells Christmas trees for a living. That's festive. You know, it sounds really promising, but Sloane spends the majority of the movie thinking about puppets and searching for buried treasure. I wish I were kidding. I should mention the main character Sloane is a professional puppeteer, but still there are way too many puppets in this movie and they're super creepy. Every time there's a puppet on screen, I just... Besides the puppets and buried treasure issues, Holly Star is last on my list because there's not nearly enough romance in this Christmas rom-com. The rom-com doesn't really get started until the last 20 minutes, and then there's not really a conclusion to the movie. I still don't know why the movie was called Holly Star, and I don't care. Next on my list at number 5 is Operation Christmas Drop. This is a 2020 Netflix original that is based on the real-life Operation Christmas Drop that happens in Guam. And this movie was actually filmed in Guam, which it's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It stars Kat Graham, aka Bonnie from The Vampire Diaries. This is Kat Graham's second Netflix Christmas rom-com. The love interest in this movie is...
So who's made your eye candy in the Santa cap?
That's Kato from The Hunger Games, from District 2. I do not trust that guy. I really tried to pay attention to this movie, but I got so distracted by this animated gecko. He's very smooth and round and saturated and not realistic. The Geico gecko looks more realistic than this, and he's walking around on 2 legs and speaking English. And the sound effect they used for their animated gecko is that free Apple ringtone of a duck quacking. The rest of the movie is pretty predictable. You've got your congresswoman villain trying to ruin Christmas.
I thought I asked you to stop this whole Christmas thing.
But stick around if you want to see Kat Graham dance like this. And to see Kato throw this bag over his shoulder, which I like to think is a reference to PETA in The Hunger Games. Number 4 on my list is Christmas Catch, which is from 2018, but Netflix just added it this year. It's all about catching criminals and catching feelings. And it has Michelle from Gilmore Girls. Okay, so the plot. Detective Mackenzie is hot on the trail of Carson, a suspected diamond thief, and goes undercover to catch him in the act. These two have a really cheesy meet cute that I'm 100% here for. Mackenzie walks into a building that she refers to as the station, but it's not the police station, so maybe a train station? It's kind of weird that it's completely empty and dark, but still unlocked. While trying to adjust the star on a Christmas tree, Mackenzie falls into the arms of a hot man who sneaked up on her silently. What is he doing in that dark, empty station? If he just arrived on a train, then why doesn't he have any luggage? See, these are the mysteries that we want to find out. But I just love how cheesy this scene was.
No, I'm very single. Just ask my mother.
Mackenzie's mother is the captain of the precinct.
Mom, I don't care that I am your mother. In this office, it is captain.
Nepotism. And the writing in this movie is just exactly what I expected. Carson speaks almost entirely in cliches.
Life's short. You gotta make the most of it. Take chances. It's amazing how fast time can fly. Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you can miss it.
There are a few painful parts.
I should take a look at that.
Bennett! Mom!
And of course our criminal Carson gets off without any penalty because he's got a heart of gold and the detective is dating him.
Carson had nothing to do with it.
I believe you, Mackenzie.
We'll see what the court says. Number 3 on my list is A California Christmas, a 2020 Netflix original. The plot, a hot rich guy named Joseph is living it up in the city, being a douchebag.
Good morning, ladies.
Joseph has to go live on a farm disguised as a ranch hand, where naturally he falls for the farm girl Cassie, who's a hard ass with a tragic backstory. There's a jealous country boy who's also trying to get with Cassie.
You know we're just friends, right?
Despite it being the middle of winter in Northern California, everyone is in tank tops, short shorts, or is shirtless for the entire movie. Bold choice. And despite all the predictable story points, this movie is charming, probably due to the fact that this couple is married in real life, so the chemistry is all real, baby. One of the tropes in this movie I can't stand, the jealous country boy, is redeemed at the end after trying to fight Joseph the entire movie. Now he wants to help Joseph get with Cassie.
Give me a chance. Okay.
Why don't you just leave and stop inserting yourself into their relationship? Thanks. Number 2 on my list is Midnight at the Magnolia, another 2020 Netflix original. The plot, Maggie and Jack are childhood best friends and now they host a radio station together. They decide to fake being in a relationship to help their radio station, but then real feelings start to develop. Who could have predicted? It's very cheesy. The acting is kind of like this.
Hey, interrupting anything?
Hunter, you're here early.
Oh, is that a problem?
No, of course not.
I like your sweater. Where'd you get it? The mall. Hi, Mom.
I just got dumped.
As be expected, there are a few very cringy moments.
Well, maybe we should... Nah, that's a dumb idea. Maybe we should practice so it doesn't seem forced.
Oh.
Like I said, it's a dumb idea.
Ew.
Number 1 on my list is Princess Switch Switched Again, the 2020 Netflix original. This choice might shock you because I didn't rank the first Princess Switch very high in 2018, but the sequel is better than the original. There, I said it. The Princess Switch 2 had a higher budget so they could actually afford a castle this time. It's pretty much just the perfect cheesy Christmas rom-com. This movie knows its audience, knows it's cheesy, and it just goes for it. And Vanessa Hudgens is in on the joke. The Princess Switch, not to be confused with the Christmas Prince movies. Don't waste your time on those. I can't even remember what the prince looks like in A Christmas Prince. Princess Switch has Prince Edward, who is a snack, and Kevin, who's a whole damn meal.
Have you ever seen Kevin with his shirt off?
The plot is so complicated that I'm just gonna read the Netflix description. When Princess Margaret's Christmas coronation complicates her love life, her double Stacy steps in to save the day. But will a third lookalike ruin their plan? Vanessa Hudgens plays the main character, the other main character, and the villain. In the next Princess Switch movie, I fully expect Vanessa Hudgens to play Prince Edward as well as Kevin. And if she doesn't, I'm honestly going to be upset. Along with these 3 Vanessa Hudgens, we get 3 accents, her American accent, and 2 terrible English accents.
I'm so happy you're here. I figured it out. Our big score.
But this is a cheesy Christmas rom-com, so
none of that matters.
the stakes are high in this movie. At one point, one Vanessa Hudgens drugs another Vanessa Hudgens. This movie is chaotic and I'm here for it. And poor Prince Edward is sexually frustrated this entire film.
Well, there hasn't been much time for the 2 of us. There are other things we might do to relieve your anxiety. We could light a fire. We could open a bottle of wine, put on some music.
Well, men never know what they want.
I know what I want.
I hate to interrupt the smooch fest, but...
And after deciding to switch again, they decide to not share the plan with Prince Edward. I still don't understand why. What does this accomplish? Stacy and Margaret know the plan. Kevin knows the plan. Kevin's daughter knows the plan. The entire staff at the castle knows the plan. Why does Edward not know the plan? And it's even more sad because the entire movie, Prince Edward is desperately trying to spend more time with his wife, Stacy.
I was actually hoping we might be able to find a moment to do something together.
Oh, we will.
And then she doesn't include him in the switcheroo. The switcheroo part 2. I'm sorry. In general, they made Prince Edward look like a total idiot in this movie. Like, Stacy switching places with Margaret again is a real worry of his.
Why are you, speaking with a different accent?
I'm not speaking with an accent. I'm Margaret.
Don't be silly. But Stacy promised me that she'd never...
In other words, Prince Edward cannot recognize his own wife, Stacy, when she changes clothes and makeup. God forbid Stacy ever wear lipstick.
Let me see if I follow this. So, if the two of you haven't switched back, and this is Lady Margaret, and if Lady Margaret upstairs isn't Stacy, who's upstairs and where's my wife?
Kevin and his daughter, on the other hand, do not mix up Stacy and Margaret. At the beginning of the movie, they recognize Stacy immediately after she walks in the door.
A dozen Christmas cookies, please.
Stacy?
Stacy? What are you doing here?
In case you didn't catch that, Kevin can recognize Stacy by the back of her head. Let's roll that clip again.
Stacy? What are you doing here?
To recap, Kevin, who briefly dated Princess Margaret, can easily tell Stacy and Margaret apart by the back of their heads, whereas Prince Edward, Stacy's husband, cannot tell her apart from Margaret at all.
I'm Margaret.
That's embarrassing, Edward.
Kevin, please don't leave.
You look like Stacy, but you sound like Margaret.
Well, because I am Margaret.
Wait, Kevin?
We never switched back.
Oh.
Kevin! And we finish off the movie with a lovely coronation scene. That's the couple from A Christmas Prince. Oh, that's what he looks like. Wait. In the first Princess Switch, Kevin and Margaret were watching A Christmas Prince on Netflix. But if these characters exist in the same universe, does that mean that the Christmas Prince movie is a documentary? Holy shit, guys. In last year's rankings, I talked about A Christmas Prince being in the same universe as The Night Before Christmas. Because in The Night Before Christmas, there's this acorn ornament that they said that they got in Aldovia, which is the kingdom from A Christmas Prince. So those two exist in the same universe. And you know who stars in The Night Before Christmas? Vanessa Hudgens. And that means there's a fourth Vanessa Hudgens in the same universe here. This rips the Netflix Christmas cinematic universe right open. And that's it for my cheesy Christmas rom-com rankings this year. Happy holidays, my friends. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos. What do you do with your bandana? Bye.